For this lesson, we're going to put the instrument together, and that is going, and I'm going to pick it up from where we left off with the setup. So that's the barrel, the reed, the mouthpiece, the ligature, all putting those things together. Very important to do it the same way every single time. One of the things that kills reeds the most, and I'm going to show you, is people take the reed and they try to shove it up from the bottom. All right. The problem is that this is a reed. The tip is very, very fragile, and if you bump it against the metal of the ligature, it will split the reed. It will chip the reed, and the reed will either not work as well or not work at all. All right. It's kindling at that point. You can't use it anymore, and reeds can get expensive. So we always do from the bottom, from the top down, heel first. All right. You notice I'm kind of holding it here so that I'm kind of holding the sides of the reed in place. All right. With my thumb and first finger. Use the mount to kind of get that ligature down a little bit. Bottom screw first, then the top screw. I'm putting a little bit of downward pressure to try to get that working. All right. Bottom screw, top screw. All right. We're going to put this thing together. So we have this set up. Here's our bell, and we're going to take our lower joint, okay? So, let me talk about cork grease. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little smear of cork grease on all our parts. Everyone should have cork grease. Cork grease, this is cork grease. It looks like chapstick. It is not chapstick. Please do not put this on your lips. It's not gonna be a very good time. So you should put cork grease on your corks every once in a while, all right? If it's a brand new clarinet, you're gonna need to put a little more cork grease, and you have to put a little bit more elbow grease into it to try to get it together. These corks will level off, but if you put too much cork grease or you put cork grease on it all the time, the corks will be soaked with cork grease, and then your clarinet will literally not stay together, and you have to put new corks on it. And no one wants to spend $85 to put new corks on a clarinet, especially if it's new. So you just put a little smear of cork grease on it. All right. So this is my lower joint. Here's my bell. All right, you have these three, these are called keys, and keys cover things called tone holes. I'm holding it here like this so that I'm not trying to put too much pressure on the rod. You don't want to put too much pressure on the rod because you bend it, all right? So I'm holding the keys shut. Here's my here's my bell, and push and twist, all right? This will be harder to do at first. It's okay, you'll get used to it. All right, now, the upper joint, I'm gonna put a little cork grease. The upper joint, remember, has two tenon. The tenon is the vocab word for this. These are called tenons, T-E-N-O-N, tenons. All right, so there's tenons on both sides. I'm gonna put some cork grease on it. All right, just a little bit, not too much. You should probably end up greasing your corks maybe once you're kind of past the new stage with the instrument. You probably only need to grease your corks maybe once a month, if that. All right. So here's something that's tricky with putting the upper joint with the lower joint, all right? The upper joint has two rings here, right here, all right? And some keys, there's a ring in the back. You wanna make sure you close this ring when you put it together. And the reason why is because this ring controls this key. This is what's called a bridge key, all right? It's called a bridge key because it goes here on the bottom joint. So you want to make sure that bridge key is closed. I like to put my pinky on it and get a good grip, and then where that bridge key is, right there, is going to line up with this piece right here. And the holes, and if you're looking straight on, right, the holes will line up. So you can't twist it all the way around because you're going to bump keys together, but you put it together, all right, push and twist. All right, it's going to be hard at first. If you're holding over the rods like this, holding this key shut, it'll make all the difference. All right, that's really important. If you don't hold this key shut, here's what happens. This bridge key can get underneath this key, and they get overlapped, and it bends this key, and it's just not much fun to bend it back. All right, so the holes are lined up, very important. All right, the bridge key is lined up. And then across the back, you have your register key, your F hole, and your thumb rest, and your neck strap hook. I'm gonna get to that in a minute, all right? So that's how we put together the main part of the clarinet. The last part is the reed and the barrel and the mouthpiece. So you have the back of the clarinet. This is what's facing you as you play. The barrel, push and twist. All right, I'm gonna grab by the top sometimes. Gets a little better. All right, so that the reed lines up with the register key, which lines up the F hole, all right, and the thumb rest. This is how we put the clarinet together. For our first lessons though, we're not gonna use this part yet, because we don't need it just yet. All right, so how we're gonna do this is you're gonna put your right hand here, hold the barrel. All right, left hand, here's where the left hand works. First finger, first ring. Second finger, second ring. Third finger is just the hole. There's no hole here, or there's no key here. And the thumb hangs out here on the F hole. All right. So let me get behind it. All right. So the thumb hangs out here on the F hole. First finger, second finger, third finger. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of review that rhythm that we had last time. That tha 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 tha. All right. We're gonna just repeat after me. Tha 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 tha. Now we're gonna do that on the instrument. All right. Remember, flat chin, jaw forward. Your teeth are kind of lined up together. Bottom lip over about a little bit of the bottom lip over the bottom teeth. Close around. You're using your right hand right now to hold the clarinet up. All right, we're gonna try that tha 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 tha. I'll give you a count of 4. We'll breathe on count 4. 1, 2, 3. All right, we'll try that again. 1, 2, 3. All right, good. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our first finger and thumb, okay? Thumb goes here, just on the F hole, not on the register key. Just on the F hole, it's closing a ring and closing the hole. All right, first finger's going here, all right? So let's just try that. We're gonna do the same rhythm on that note. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, good, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. All right, good. Now, next, we're gonna add a finger. All right, so we have the thumb, first finger, second finger. We're gonna do the same fingering, same rhythm. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now we're gonna add a finger. This is, so we now have the third finger down. So we have this finger down, this finger down, this finger down, and our thumb down. All right, 1, 2, same thing. Do that again. 1, 2, 3. All right, good. Now, why are we doing this rhythm? Because this is a fun little thing I do for, I had been doing it for flutes, and I'm gonna do it for everyone. I call it the 2-note samba. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with this note, all right? And this is the fingering for the pitch E, all right? Now, you haven't even talked about looking at the notes yet, but this is the fingering for the pitch E. This is the fingering for the pitch D. So repeat after me. E, E, D, E, 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 D, D. Say it. E, E, D, E, 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 D, D. Now, we're gonna say it and do the fingerings. Ready? Go. E, E, D, E, 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 D, D. Go again, and E, E, D, E, 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 D, D. Now we're gonna try playing it, all right? 1, 2, 3. All right, we'll try that again. 1, 2, 3. All right, one more time. 1, 2, 3. All right, last time. 1, 2, 3. All right, good job. Now, what'll happen is once we do well with tonguing and hand positioning and putting all this together, then you're going to graduate to being able to use the other half of the clarinet, being able to put the whole clarinet together, and then we'll start talking about the right hand position and those things. Oh, one thing I didn't talk about with left hand position. All right, your hands when they attach the clarinet should be kind of like a U on their side. All right, because we don't want to use our tippy fingertips. All right, especially if you have smaller hands. And the reason why is because if you don't close the holes on a clarinet, it either, one, doesn't make any sound at all, or two, makes a really yucky sounding squeak. So we want to avoid those. I have a saying, if it leaks, it squeaks. So make sure that we are using the, if you notice, look close, I see some little indentations on what we call the fleshy parts of the fingers. All right, that's how that has to work. All right, so we have to make sure that we're using a kind of a U on its side and come over to the clarinet. All right, the thumb is really important for later on. The thumb should be kind of at a, it's not sideways, it's not straight up and down, that would hurt. It's kind of at the 45 degree angle. All right, so that's where we kind of hit the thumb for right now. So that's how we're going to do this. All right, so right hand's just going to hold here, and the left hand's going to hang out here. Let's do it one more time. E, E, D, E, 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 D, D. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, good job. All right, a couple things to review. All right, jaw forward, flat chin, no cottage cheese chin. All right, the lips should be up over the teeth, not sticking out. You want to make sure you look at yourself in the mirror when you do this. All right, jaw forward, your teeth are even. Reviewing the tonguing, thaw, thaw, or if you're just moving air, all right, tip of the tongue behind your bottom teeth. And then if you say thaw, 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 that instead of the tongue touching the top teeth, it's going to be touching the tip of the reed. Makes for really good tonguing, and you always have to make sure you use good, fast, cold air when you're playing. Not, because if you try to do air in a clarinet like you do in a recorder, it's going to sound like, yeah, not a very exciting sound, okay? We never use recorder air on band instruments except for like really low flute playing, which that's not what we're talking about, all right? All right, good job. We'll see you again soon.